Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. We have Craig, we have Shaka, and we have Jules, and we have lots of questions from you as well. Starting with one for Jules from Nunya Business, who says, Jules, does the absence of Messi give Barca's attack some unpredictability? When Messi was there, everyone just passed the ball to him. Now it's less predictable.
I'm not sure passing the ball to Messi is predictable in the sense that you still don't know what he would do with it afterwards, and it's not that easy to defend even if you knew what the patterns of play was going to be. But certainly it makes you look for other ways of attacking, other patterns of play. For example, the famous diagonal from Messi to Jordi Alba, this doesn't exist anymore, and we didn't see it against La Real Sociedad, for example, on Sunday. However, we saw other things, and that's what they have to do. And I guess in a way that's what's exciting for Koeman and those players, is that you need to build your game differently, you need to find your passes differently, almost find your style differently, and you almost start from scratch, from a fresh page, which I think with the good players that they have should be easier than if they had rubbish players to start with. And also, I think you can do it. It's not too hard to do.
All right, Ezio, let's stay another La Liga question.
I love people's and not. I love people's and not. I don't love it, I hate it. I love the analysis if it was... people just passed it to Messi, and that's all it was.
Messi dependencia.
Messi. People just it was so predictable. They just passed it to Messi, and everybody else just stood around.
Well, let's talk about a player in Real Madrid. Ezio says, Craig, Benzema has been a starter at Real Madrid for 12 years now. How big of an achievement is this? Good. At a huge club like Real Madrid, players get sold much faster usually. The only other players in my lifetime who have been there for over 12 years are Raul and Casillas.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Amazing consistency. Even as he's got older, he's actually got better. And when Ronaldo left, he stepped up and took the weight of almost that team on his shoulders. So the French thing's been disappointing, of course, the side story. But in terms of his club, he has been, what would you say, the top. Always in the top 3 or 4 strikers in the last decade, every year almost. I mean, it's quite incredible.
He's left Marcelo out there.
Benzema's.
He's left Marcelo out there in players for over 12 years.
Marcelo as well.
I wonder why.
The thing with Benzema, and it's almost because of how good that Real Madrid team was, you kind of don't notice how good Benzema and how important he was. If you look at Benzema's stats, I think I heard somebody say the other day, I think leading assists, career assists for Real Madrid, second or third for goals. We're talking about a player who's in the top 5 in every single category for Real Madrid, a club as big as Real Madrid. Yet I don't think Benzema's ever gotten that recognition or love, which is crazy.
Pope Sam says, Jules, when are we going to watch Messi make his debut? Can we expect something next week against Brest?
That's the big question everybody's asking, and I think Pochettino is working on it. I think Brest next week away might be just a little bit too early. They were more thinking about the following weekend. So the last weekend of August, so the last before the international break, PSG go away at Reims. And I think on the 29th, at the moment it's the 9th. And I think this is more likely to be the day where we see Messi finally be PSG, whether that's from the start or coming off the bench. I think Brest might be slightly too early, a bit later in the week. And then his first home game will be after the international break, where he will go national team, of course, for the World Cup qualifiers. And then that will be on September the 12th, or that weekend at least. That potentially more the 29th than the 22nd.
All right, we look forward to it. More for Jules, but this is a double question, so you're in here as well, Shaka. Kaneki Ken says, Jules, Mbappe is having some ego issues since last year. What do you think? Will he be able to form a great attacking trio with Messi and Neymar, just like MSN? And Shaka, my friend, why can't you accept that Messi is the GOAT? So we'll start with you, Shaka. Why can't you accept that Messi is the GOAT?
Yeah, why can't you?
Huh? I've explained this ad nauseum, in all honesty, and as much as that needle has moved, significantly so, since the Copa America, my friend, I'm not going over that again.
All right, well, we will get Jules to go over the first part of the question then. In Mbappe forming a brilliant trident like the MSN, but this time with Messi and Neymar.
I cannot think that those great players cannot play together. I always thought that great players could do together, could play with anyone, could play with other great players. What's interesting though is the main reason why Mbappe hasn't renewed yet his PSG contract is he's saying, I want to win, I want a competitive team. And he also said, I want a great team. And he means by that around myself, around me. It's a lot me, and whoever sent the question is right. There's been a lot of me lately, and PSG now saying, look, you've got the most competitive. This is the best. What more can we offer you? This is the best that we can do. Messi, Neymar, Verratti, Marquinhos, all those players. And yeah, I think the key in this is the great team around me. And I wonder if at some point, I don't think this summer, but again, I think anything is possible, but I don't think he will go this summer, despite all the rumors that we can see in Spain. Even people talking about if Mbappe goes now to Real Madrid, then Cristiano can come to Paris. I'm like, whoa, my head is exploding. However, there's been a lot of me, and it's true, and I do think that maybe at some point this will be the issue, is that Messi is fantastic, of course, and Neymar is great, and that front three is amazing, and even if you're Mbappe, you must be excited by that. And yet I think somewhere in his head is, I have to be the number one, and right now in Paris he's not the number one, let's be honest. And if he goes somewhere else, and in Real Madrid right now, I'm not even sure he will be the number one, but maybe closer to it than in Paris. I don't know. It's a really strange one. I'm a bit lost with it, I have to say.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Let me just point out as well that before now, whenever I said Messi wasn't the greatest of all time, Jules used to agree with me. As soon as Lionel Messi joins PSG,
What?
he
No
jumped
way.
on that bandwagon.
That's not true.
Jules, I don't know what to say to you. I really don't.
Jules, you have the right to reply.
You know how much I love you,
Or you have
Shaka.
the right to jump
I'm
back on
always
the
with
old
you.
bandwagon. As soon as he joins PSG, you change your tune, Jules.
Jules seems to have changed his tune just a little bit on whether Mbappe will be staying. I don't know if you're too sure anymore, Jules.
No. He will stay.
All right.
I guarantee you he will stay there.
Okay, well, it links us perfectly to Cripple Nair's question for you, Craig. Does it make sense Mbappe joining Real Madrid, which has an ageing midfield and needs an overhaul in a season or two, to join a club where he can develop himself like Liverpool, City or Chelsea, to be a better player like Haaland did by joining Dortmund?
Do you want to read that again?
It's a lot.
Let's just put it. Does it make sense for him to join a club where there's an ageing midfield that needs an overhaul than it does somewhere else where he could be developing, basically, with maybe a younger team around him?
Well, I presume they mean by the ageing midfield that his supply line will be shut potentially because he's not going to play anywhere near the midfield. But Real Madrid are going to have to, they are going to have to overhaul that squad for sure. Kroos, Modric, Casemiro, Bale, Benzema eventually. Hazard doesn't look as if he'll be too far away unless something pops up. But they've done it before, so I think it's the allure of Madrid and Mbappe on a free transfer next year. Yeah, I
mean, that's the thing. I mean, according to all reports, Mbappe is always dreamt about playing for Real Madrid, as Ronaldo did some years before. You start with that one piece, as they did around Ronaldo, you put the other pieces. You sign Ronaldo and Kaká one summer, and then someone comes in, and Casemiro comes in, and they start putting it all together, and you end up with the kind of legacy that Ronaldo sees there. So it's not that simple or that cut and dry for Mbappe.
I don't think he'll come. I don't think he'll go to England. He'll go.
Right.
Come to West Ham.
I don't think he'll go.
Mbappe,
I don't
go
think
to West Ham.
La Liga. Ezio, Jules, as an Arsenal fan, how do you feel about their start to the season? Then was Ben White a good investment, and can investment can run for top four?
So let's start with the most unlikely, Sorry, it's not for this season. I think we're pretty certain, even if they don't play new, I think will be a huge advantage. For when you see the recruitment of the United City, Liverpool to lesser degree, and Chelsea. I think unfortunately that's not reachable right now. Ben White, I like him a lot. I can understand for him, and not for another centre back, because the centre back ticks a lot of the boxes of what Teta wants. His centre back, a new in terms of
Don't watch this extra time enough. I would end extra time after the second every time.
But we love you on extra time.
And some of those stupid questions.
It's daily on ESPN FC, 7 days a week.
Nonsense.
Extra time too.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.